All right, y'all, what's going on, guys? This is fun. This is fun. This is the off season. I'm enjoying the heck out of this time of year off of looking at these videos and really it's been very hard to be productive if you have just daily work or you have to do something else. You're always looking at your phone and it could be exhausting, but to tell you the truth, it's a lot of fun as well. And Justin Fields ends up signing at around 2 o'clock. That's when the Darnold and the Fields deals bang and bang. They happen right at 2 o'clock on Monday the 10th, which is actually now 2 days ago already. So Justin Fields, 26 years old, born in 1999. Boy, oh boy. Pretty wild. We are getting older, aren't we? For people that are in their 30s now. Justin's birthday, March 5th, so going to be 27 years old, or no, just actually had a birthday. So recently, just 26 years old. If we're to look at the stats, like in Pittsburgh, had 5 touchdowns to 1 interception, and then with Chicago, 16 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. So still is a decent touchdown to interception ratio. However, last year, Russell Wilson ended up starting at quarterback over Justin Fields last year. So what are we thinking about this? If you're the New York Jets, and what I want to do is I'm going to take time actually to look at the roster. And Justin Fields, though, I will tell you this. When you compare Fields to Daniel Jones, like Fields has that upper tier arm strength. Like Fields can flat out throw. He can flat out just absolutely uncork a bomb down the field, 45 to 50 yards. Like he can absolutely throw the outside deep ball. That's the thing about Justin. He was even able to hit George Pickens. And then as a quarterback, like he's a 4-4 athlete. He's a big quarterback. He can help Breece Hall out in the run game. I think you have Michael Carter also maybe on the roster. Braylon Allen was a pleasant surprise, out of Wisconsin. He's a guy that as a freshman at Wisconsin, you're thinking he's going to be a first-round pick. Braylon Allen is a big back. He's a guy that you root for. He's a lunch pail guy. Like, he's awesome, Braylon Allen. So I like this football team. And then you get the continuity of Garrett Wilson and Justin Fields. All right? Now, here's going to be the big risk with Fields is that it's inconsistent. Like at times, and you could watch film back to Chicago, when he's playing under, Matt Nagy as an offensive coordinator. I'm trying to even think of the other OCs that he had. I don't know. No, it wasn't Shane Waldron. But it was the guy that was the offensive coordinator, Luke Getsy, the O coordinator from Green Bay, then went to the Raiders last year, was in Chicago. Those two didn't really they did not bond at all. And Fields can have some abhorrent performances. He could hold the team back, Justin, in Chicago. He was not a good passer, and that's why he got moved to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then it also gives you pause because the Steelers, they were kind of interested in re-signing him, but again, they let Russell play over him. And then if you really love Justin Fields, you're in the building with him all the time, you're seeing him practice. Arthur Smith and Mike Tomlin would have given Fields a 3-year deal of $60 million, but that never happened. So he tested free agency, and good for Fields is like, I'm tired of being in limbo in Pittsburgh. I want the start. And now Justin is going to be the guy going in the next season. Now, this $20 million contract, and I believe guaranteed money for Justin Fields is $30 million. They can spread that over several years. You can still end up drafting a quarterback. If you like Quinn Ewers, Tyler Shuck, Dylan Gabriel, those are some of the names. I don't know if Dart's going to be around, but Kyle McCord, is a day 3 guy. Again, I would be interested in Quinn Ewers if I'm the Jets, to give just competition with Fields. But then again, with Justin, I want him to play aggressive. I want it to be Justin's show, all right? But this move, again, like I said, Justin has a chance to be really, really good. Like, Justin has a chance throwing the ball to Garrett, okay, who he played football with at Ohio State. And I think Garrett could be a top 5 receiver in the NFL. Brees can be a top 5 running back in the NFL. Like, this offense has talent. You drafted Fashanu in the top 10. Like, he looks promising. Vera Tucker, if he stays healthy, is a really, really good guard. So I just want to quickly just look at the Jets roster again. And then, guys, you have Quincy Williams, Quinnen Williams, Sauce Gardner. So you have A-list players on this defense. You just got Stevens, all right? But here's the big factor that I'm worried about if I'm Justin Fields. Here's something I'm actually worried about. Why maybe the New York Giants would have kind of been interesting for Fields. This is something to think about. When Zach Wilson was quarterback, and I know that Zach was, a rookie, Zach had a first-year play caller in Mike LaFleur. Justin Fields and the New York Jets, the thing about this organization right now is you have Darren Muge, who is a young 40-year-old general manager. I know that he was working with George Patton for a while in Denver. I guess maybe he came with him from Minnesota. I know that Muge knows Tanner Engstrand really well. But Tanner Engstrand is a first-year play caller. I know that he understudied under Ben Johnson, but you have a defensive-minded coach, and you have a play caller that's a first-year play caller. Who was kind of similar to that? You know who was similar to that? Mike LaFleur, and it didn't work. And he was bad, and he ended up getting fired. And then you look at even Zach Robinson in Atlanta with Kirk Cousins, with a veteran. It was a shaky season all around for the Atlanta Falcons. With Raheem Morris, time management, offensive coordinator-wise, all right. So you got so much new, and you need a quarterback right now. If you were going to, I guess, Minnesota, it would be perfect for Justin Fields, all right? But boy, oh boy. Like, even if he were going to even if he were going to San Francisco, it would be pretty damn interesting, honestly. Again, like Brock Purdy's just the quarterback that I'd maybe move off of. Garrett Wilson. You need a second receiver. Like, Malachi Corley is a third-round pick out of Western. Great player at Western Kentucky, but just small. Like, the New York Jets, like, Garrett's kind of a wiry, like, thin, strong guy, but smaller. Like, DK Metcalf really would have fit in for the New York Jets. The Jets could have given up their second for DK Metcalf, and you could have brought in Justin Fields. Now, maybe Metcalf was really interested in going with Mike Tomlin and that defensive team. Looking here, Will McDonald, has talent. Again, inconsistent player, but at his highs, like, he's pretty good. So this team, again, it needs a little bit of culture. It needs some consistency, the New York Jets. You get Justin Fields at quarterback. You now have somebody who's decent, who's started games, who's had stretches of good play. All right, so I think that the signing's fine. Like, I'm going to give the signing a B. I'm going to give it a solid B. I'm not even going to give it a B-. Like, I really like this signing. Here's another problem with Fields. If Fields shines, right, you couldn't sign Fields to a 3-year, $70 million deal. Like, Baker Mayfield's making like in the mid-30s for the Tampa Bay Bucks with an extension opportunity. You could have given Fields 3 years and some incentives. Instead, you have 2 years. So if Justin balls out, he could hold out, and I totally wouldn't blame him. So maybe him and his agent, and if I were the agent of Fields, and you still believe in Justin, we believe in his play, they're going to have to restructure this. So I guess it's a good case scenario, but it also could be your worst case scenario. If Fields happens to do really well, he's going to restructure it. He's going to be making near $40 a year, and he's going to be making similar money to what Daniel Jones and Kyler Murray have been making. And then that's going to limit you, so you are losing in negotiation, where if you sign him for a 3-year deal and Justin's really, really good. So the Jets still don't know either, all right? They are taking a flyer. This isn't like we're confident. But the New York Jets, like, you look at their options, what are they going to go get? Shedeur Sanders? You're not going to bring back Sam Darnold. I like Fields a lot more than I like Daniel Jones. Like, Fields has much more arm strength. He can move. He's much more mobile. He'll break tackles. He's a pretty durable player. Knock on wood for good health for Justin. You get him realigned with Garrett Wilson. So there's real serious upside with Fields. His upside is higher than Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold is a more consistent quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. Justin Fields, the upside is there. I'm liking this Jets free agency. I am. Even though it's Darren Moogie, so you shouldn't be buying into a first-year GM like right off the bat. Darren Moogie's out here dealing. And guys, Brandon Stevens and Sauce, Brandon Stevens, I love it. You get a 3-year deal for a player that's a physical player, 27 years old, right in his prime, can play up to 30 years old. I love the signing of Stevens. Like when you watch Brandon play on tape, he's very, very physical. He's always standing out in the Ravens games. He'll tackle. He's a player that'll tackle, plays with a ton of confidence and poise. Like Brandon's he's a physical corner. I bet he might be listed at 5'11", but I'm going to get his exact height here for you guys. Brandon Stevens. Actually a 6'1" corner out of SMU. So there you go. Does look big on tape because he is 6'1". So again, this is a good offseason for the New York Jets. This is pretty poised. Now if you're the Jets, I think you go out and you get Tyler Warren. You get Warren because you need a player that you can throw the football to in the middle of the field. I believe the Jets do need a tight end. Ironically, Jeremy Ruckert, is he still going to be under contract? I really hope he makes the team because he's an Ohio State player. Yeah, look at that. He's the only so that's important. You got to keep Jeremy Ruckert around. You got to keep this Ohio State's, thing going. And then maybe if you get Tyler Warren, you get another Big Ten tight end in there. That should be the go-to pick. That could be the go-to pick. You did lose out. You do need a tackle. They all are free agents. So if Membu is there, Membu has the arm length and the reach. Will Campbell maybe. So maybe Campbell or Warren is where I'm leaning to for the New York Jets with this draft pick right here. But I like it. Good move by the Jets. Let me know what y'all think about Fields and this Jets free agency.